everybody, my name is Sartana, and we are back with Abiotic Factor. Yes. So, let me get myself reacquainted with where I am. We are actually surprisingly really well looked after at the minute. We've got some stuff in our butt. I want to... Let's quickly repair our crossbow, and then we will... I believe we were just getting into labs, weren't we? So we shall... Oh, come on. That power's out. Well, we'll just limit the use of the crossbow. It's fine. So, what have I done? What have I done? I have actually been doing a little bit of work with the model. And trying to make sure that things are starting to move a little bit more effectively. So you may notice that my VTuber model is a little bit more... a little bit more fluid. What that noise was. Yeah, my model should be a little bit more fluid. My process should just be a little bit cleaner. As you can see, yeah, we're looking a little bit better. We're moving a little bit more as well as we go. So this is the beautiful thing about running your own model, is whenever things aren't quite looking right, you can fix them. For me, I usually wind up going a little bit blind to what I want the model to do. Because I'll spend like 2-3 weeks working on stuff and then just get fudge brain. It happens. But we are in a very nice position, and I'm sure I'm going to keep making tweaks. I fixed a couple of redeems that can be used over on Twitch now, so I have increased the price on them accordingly, mind, but that is still looking a bit better. Right, so we're heading into labs. Let me double check. Did I get a recipe for the upgraded hacker? No, not yet. Do you gentlemen mind? Shoot my baby. So yeah, we open up this shortcut to labs, but we've not opened up the main doorways, so we shall just take a little scooch through. Whee! Right, so we're back at the start of labs. That's right, because we didn't really do much of anything in the labs, did we? We managed to finish manufacturing and make our way through. So we now have access to just the next zone, which is cool. It also does mean that we now have to contend with Layak, which I'm not looking forward to, but we'll get around her. It'll be fine. She's a nuisance, but she's not the end of the world. Sounded like there was something. Oh, there might be a computer up there. Right, same thing you should always do when you enter a new zone. Check in.
Approved.
What have we got? Some junk. I don't want to fill up my pockets with too much basic loot, because we will be looking to come through some of these areas a little bit later. So what have we got? We've got that route there. I think there's a door we can open back here. I think. We'll have a nosy. Oh, yeah, there we go. And it pops us out by the vehicles where we can get some more... just some more goods. Can't pick up that cement, which is a bit of a shame. Oh, it looks like it just like crosses a loading zone. Interesting. Good spot to get plenty of cots and stuff if you are playing on a server and need them. A little bit of extra ammo, and if we need the like rebar and discs and things, we'll come back for these, but don't need them at the moment. Can you dice these fellas up, or are they just objects? Oh no, you can. Okay. I suppose this could make a decent little area to set up a base in. I don't think there's much in the way of power, but you could set it up as like a little forward operating area, which is cool. Yeah, that's pretty neat. Power's back on, so we can turn that back. No, keep the flashlight on until we get back into a lit area. There we go. Now the world should hopefully be a little bit brighter. Cascade Laboratories. So we've got a couple of jobs here. The big thing is we need the tier 3 hacker. But we've got, this is like specimen containment, which is cool. So we've got the creeping crystal. It's basically like a crystal that just keeps growing. Nothing in there. Nothing in there, but I think we can get popped in there. It's Dr. Tool. It's the chap from right at the start of the game.
You. I came through the hole some maniac blasted in manufacturing. Obviously,
Definitely wasn't us.
I was planning on getting through the vacuum chamber to the surface elevator, but it's covered in some muck. Typical. I suppose they'll have something to deal with that in the containment block, but the place is completely locked down.
Okay.
It never ends. I really need a coffee.
You see, he's just been chugging coffees. He's just given us the recipe for the keypad hacker. Fantastic. Can't do anything with that. The brain sink is a brilliant bit of furniture. Just not something that we can use. Right, what do I want? I probably want my mugnades and my crossbow. Because what we're going to do is we're going to come up top and we can have a quick check of this fantastic piece of apparatus. But we are here to get some specialised materials that we can't get in the earlier areas.
They destroyed
Dr.
it.
Newman. What did they destroy?
You know what this is. don't
We've
you?
seen this before.
Dark lanes. The core of our perforation research. Or
The core of the telemapopulation.
I'd heard rumours of a threat. There are always rumours. But this is insane.
Yeah.
They killed everyone, then removed the lens. Without it, how are we supposed to control the portals?
That's what the fellow on the train was talking about as well.
Anywhere. Connect to anything. Do they realise what they've done? It's almost like they knew our system's weakness. I think
Just keep chatting with her.
Dr. Ferenkov over there.
Sorry, Dr. Verenkov.
People called it the Dark Lens, but that's so portentous. Technically, it's a tachyonic telemetry targeting unit. I should know. I invented it. I thought about using the portals to get out of here. Of course I did. But without the lens, they're impossible to predict, let alone control. And besides, exits ground near entries. If you don't get stranded in some random antiverse, you'll just end up dumped in another part of the facility. Is this my fault?
It's not your fault, babes.
Almost like they knew our system's weakness.
So what she's essentially saying is they knew what they were going for when they came in, so the soldier boys dismantled the Dark Lens. Or at least they took the primary, like, focusing piece, and it's made all the portals do weird, wacky things. And it's all very scary and horrible and terrible. That's about it. What do I need for the tier 3? I need a memory brick and I need some glass. So I assume it's projection matrix, jailbroken CPU, military electronics, and fan? Oh, that was a good guess. Alright, so the projection matrix, we need to get some ingredients for that. We know we've got military electronics, we've got fans, jailbroken CPUs are a new item, which we will get from these chaps. So this is a security bot. These are designed to... I'm sorry, Spud. Contain assets that get out. They're a little bit of a pain in the backside, so if you can just kill them without having to worry about them, crack on. We will need a few jailbroken CPUs as we go. Oh, you popped up. Do I need to be carrying Kiz Cola? Not really. Kiz Cola gives you a random buff. That just made me stinky. Okay. I can give you a random buff or debuff, so it's worth giving it a go. Dump anything we don't want to be carrying just into this dude. Yeah, you can see we've got stinky flies following us around there, so we could probably do with finding some water. Wash our stinky buns. Yeah, he's there. Bap. Although he doesn't seem to have quite figured out that we were here. So I'm not going to complain. Can't wash in that water, it's too shallow. But we could take the wet floor sign if we wanted to. I can't open it from that side. Okay. So what we want to do, we've got plenty of pocket space, so we want to start poking around in the labs a bit and see if we can get hold of some crystal and a couple of other materials. So there's nowhere we can get to up there for the time being. We've got the bot. That's one piece of the puzzle. If we find ourselves with more like delicious soda pops, we will probably just drink them and get them out of our pockets. We're going to look at that. We can't get through that door yet. There's nothing else down below us, so our next spot... I'll actually head through to the wildlife pens quickly, because I think there's a couple of bits over here.
Janet, wait for me!
Definitely want to get through that. Abe! Janet! Oh, friends!
Janet got us back into labs, and we had a plan, although it didn't quite work out. Now, we've got a new plan.
A new plan?
But first, we need to get into the containment block and access our equipment.
Okay.
But, wouldn't you know it, they've revoked our security clearance, because who needs it during an emergency? I suppose we could head back to Office Sector, down that way, and hope Warren's got a plan to save us. But that's about as likely as Thule winning a Nobel Prize. We've got to find some other way into the containment block, or this is the end of the road.
We can do it.
I don't want to get anyone's hopes up, so let's just say there's certain substances in the containment block that could be very helpful right now.
We just need to get in.
So what we can do is, that's a little loop around, but what we can do is we should be able to open the shortcut back to the offices. Oh, we can with class 2 clearance, because that will make our lives a lot easier. Yeah! That means we can now sort of loot goblin a little bit more, because we don't have to go through manufacturing to then come back to the labs. We can just actually cut through in the main room. I'll take that, like all those. I seem to be going for a lot more sharp weapons this time. Not really an issue, it's just noticing I'm doing it. Job demands.
As we dispatch our TR teams to further regions of Antiverse 2, they return with new specimens, most of them variations of a few basic forms. When introduced to the gate facility, these organisms continue to evolve rapidly, acquiring new behaviors. It is my theory that the entropy delta is responsible.
Quite the entropy delta, yes.
Remains to be seen.
This is a great spot as well. Keep coming back here when you can, because the Antiverse wheat, it's free agriculture experience. Yum 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 yum. Don't use the Hoover to harvest it, by the way. If you use the vacuum to Hoover it, it just breaks it and drops it in your pockets. You've got to make sure you actually harvest it by hand to get the experience. And there we go, there's level 9. We've still not planted a crop. Okay, latch to the ladder, please. We're not going sideways. Come on. Good boy. So this is a spot where you can set up a little base. It's a nice enough little patch, but it's not really my cup of tea. I do like coming here to hunt, because the sounds down the bottom are brilliant. I don't know what that squelch was.
Though we haven't yet captured a complete specimen of 139, Dr. Thule took a sample of its dust, but this raised more questions than answers. Foremost, 139 appears primarily to be a host rather than an individual. Pendleton theorizes 139 may be suffering an infection, which will require tests to ensure no cross-contamination can occur. And if true, we're unsure whether its behaviors are innate to the original being, or a byproduct. It's quite a tangled web, really. We'll need more time.
Okay, so that one's referring to the purple crystal boys.
When I visited Dr. Stern's laboratory today, he was acting oddly, even by his standards. He seemed extremely agitated, speaking too fast.
It's quite radiated down here.
And I saw the empty can from IS-53. I would have thought a man of Dr. Stern's apparent intelligence would know better than to imbibe beverages from a dispenser that appeared literally from nowhere, restocks itself, and cannot be turned off. I will be pushing Anderson to review the protocols that allow such a device to sit in an open hallway.
So that's just Abe drinking that ganky soda?
IS-184 are truly intriguing specimens. These priests or monks show clear indication of tool-making and ritualistic behavior. It seems to have formed a rudimentary civilization in one of the Antiverse 2 locations we've accessed. This raises intriguing research questions, as well as some ethical implications, I suppose. Though I'd note that these haven't stopped us previously.
Now I've opened up another shortcut from the atrium. Oh, hey, Marion.
What do you seek?
You've got your hoses available. Let's keep tabs on Marion. Keep trading for hoses whenever you see him, because you will need so many reinforced hoses. They're just expensive. Like, the amount of screws you wind up going through in this game is mental.
Hey.
Oh, Grayson's hanging about too. Lovely. Alright, let's drop some stuff off.
Still kicking, eh?
Don't know why you swirl insert. It's a little bit weird, but you know, you do you.
Never mind. I found some things lying around. Maybe you want them, maybe you don't.
We do have lots of
Either way,
junk at the
I'll be around for a
moment.
bit. Talk
I'm
to me
still
if you're
wanting to
interested.
move base. Because I just feel like this is... It's a really, really good base place. And the game doesn't really give you any pressure to move. Which is why I feel like it gets a little bit boring, because you just stay here forever.
Good stuff.
Alright, did I redo my gears? Alright, we'll take 4 of you. Head over to Marion, get those turned into pipes, because those hoses, we will be wanting so many lenses. So we will be returning to the blacksmith quite a lot, especially at this point in the game. Their stock restocks every now and again, so if they've got them, buy them.
Yes, very good.
Thank you. We might be able to get some more upgrades, actually, so let's drop off everything we don't need to be hauling. And then we will start to dig around in the labs a little bit. On me, those can go in there. I will be making the tool to oh, what's the thing I want to say? To automatically deposit loot. But again, I just want to focus on getting our, like, finding a place where I want to stay. Part of me is tempted to see what's going on with an addition in the update, 'cause I think that would just be thematically appropriate. It's just another barrel, we'll just drop that. Should make some more arrows as well, actually, if we're hanging about. Acid bolts, nope. Make the brain sink, we'll learn that, but we're not going to make one. Anomalous fertilizer. So we've never actually caught an anomaly yet, so that's just why some of that isn't showing up. I need mugs. I just hate buying coffee just to drink it. Which feels like a really stupid thing to say. Let's get some more bolts. Because then that'll give us just a little bit of range damage. I will want to make this as well as soon as we can, because we're going to need that for progression. Right, but for now, we have got iodine, we've got bandages. We could use the toilet. Still got some grenades. That's why we want the X-ray thing. Yes, the door's open now. I can see you, you brat. Thank you. We're going to need some more Layak essence in order to make progress, so that will be something we will be looking to build. I assume there are ways to like get around some of the doors and things if you use clever building and things, but the essence is going to be useful for other stuff anyway, so I do still want to pin her down if I can. Right, so we are well stocked in ammunition. We've got a few grenades, we've got the vacuum, we've got some weaponry. We are looking good. What are our skills looking like? So our skills are looking pretty decent. We're nearly up to rad remover actually on first aid, which is cool. And if I can keep fishing high, if first aid and fortitude wind up swapping between each other, so be it. We will make do. Right, but now we can get back down. There's no point at all in us going up that way. We can't open that yet. We can. If I head up here. So we've got some electro pests in here, which are going to cause us some issues, because these things do a lot of damage. And where's our Kniffy? They're a really good source of capacitors. We'll take a lab mask. I might drop the meat for now. Just got the recipe for an electro pest, which is kind of fun. We can open that big door. There's not really much in here for us right now. I think there's usually a couple of soldiers. But we can break those monitors and get some liquid crystal, which will be nice. Got a rat. Who's this? Dr. Riggs.
This is Dr. Lenora Riggs, Trans-Recon 2 Primary. We have arrived safely in 168. Preliminary stellar comparisons suggest Earth or a potential analog, akin to 23 and the others. No contact planned with the inhabitants, as yet. We will continue to monitor them as we search for the signal source. Dr. Kesey is confident that it is close by. This will be my last broadcast before the perforation closes, and we will initiate the return within 72 hours. Dr. Riggs, out.
So, that is in reference to somewhere we may be going. Depends on how far we get. I don't think we'll be going there today. But essentially, if we walk around the corner, it's pretty obviously going to be a portal. Like, look at that. Don't like this man. Let me see this. No! Oh, ornate key. I will gladly take that. Yeah, the breachers are probably the most dangerous people in this area. They do a lot of damage. Won't be as many soldiers later. So I think it's only at this point in the game that it was soldiers that spawn regularly in this spot. I was hoping he dropped his gun. We'll keep just dismembering these guys though, because you never know when you're going to need something.
Note on IS-102. We have determined the bacteriophage recovered by Lenora's team from Antiverse 16 is a form of symbiote used by local species to assist mating. You could almost call it a love potion. Preliminary tests show the effects on mammalian biology are extremely traumatic. I have suggested Dr. Tenku not include images in her first report, if she wishes to continue her research.
The love potion. Ew. Alright, we'll chuck that in there. There's no point in us carrying that with us. Eat the money. Throw those in there. That'll do us for now. God, there we go. Bones are broken. Right, but I've brought my platform cart just because it's handy to have if you wind up running very low on inventory space, especially if you've got like decently clear ways to get through. When we've got computers, we can dismantle. I don't know why some of these are not getting picked up by the Hoover. Yeah, come on. Okay, no idea why it didn't want to break those from the front. What I will do is, because we're already out of space then, let's start loading up. So the big thing for this room is the liquid crystal. There's not really much else in here, so what I will do is I will do a quick loot, get this back to base, and I will bring you back once that is done. Right, that's us back in the labs, so we're actually going to come down this way quickly. There is a couple of like zone loading areas, so just expect a little bit of lag coming in this spot. We've got a little canteen, so this is somewhere that we may want to frequent a couple of times, because there is an NPC that can spawn here. It's not about just yet. But yeah, there we go. There's a couple of little areas that we can open up. There's another security bot, and we will want his CPU. Oh, electro bursts. Now they do actually take less damage from projectiles, but while they've got that little charge above their heads, they deal like retaliation damage. And I didn't bring a knife. Let's have a quick look and see if there's one in the canteen. Must have accidentally stowed it. There we go. Because you can use your spears and things, but like they just don't have the same degree of inefficiency. I feel like the chef's knife is just a nice little lightweight. Use it just for this job. Saves you ruining your actual weapons. Yeah, it costs a pocket slot, but yeah. Oh, we need a tram key for that. So we will need to make a couple of tram keys. We can't actually call the tram yet. This is just a shortcut back to the entrance. But that is handy. So got some toilets. I'm pretty sure they're just full of pests. Got a little spot up here we can poke around into. So again, up here, lots and lots of pests. Lots and lots of materials, including liquid crystal, which is always going to be helpful. Just do a cheeky little sneak just to avoid any trouble. Yeah, this is a nice little base place because there's two sockets. You got a view down over at the vehicle lot. It's not the prettiest view, but it's a really nice open spot to set up a little base.
Dr. Derek Mance reporting, Research Director. We've discovered that direct observation from the targeted subject arrests 091's movement. It then dematerializes. Where it goes, we're uncertain. It returns 3 or 4 hours later, seeking out the original subject. We've dosed Dr. Stern with a CNS to keep him awake. He has to sleep at some point. And then, well, we're not entirely sure.
Oh no, I just beaten Spud in the face. Well done, Spud, you did it. Proud of you. Yeah, I mean, these guys are a nice, reliable source of tech scraps and capacitors. Though, they are worth murderizing whenever you see them. They do a lot of damage to their environment, so they can be a bit of a, well, a pest. But also, that just gives us excuses to repair a few things and get some free experience. What's more potential liquid crystal? Yum yum yum. We'll come back for that. I don't really feel like we're that desperate for it. I just want to double check if there's anything else essential up here. Because we are about to go and do something that will net us a lot of liquid crystal. So you may have noticed in my inventory I am carrying a lot of antivirus wheat and some of the silver scrap. And there is a reason for that. I've not just gone completely mad. This leads into the back of the... yeah, this little spot. Some manufacturing crates, which are always nice. Always want a bit more rebar. I just think as a general rule of thumb, you should just always try and get a sneak attack if you can. And this comes round, yeah, the back of the portal area where we're poking around in earlier. Ooh, some screws, I'll take those. There comes a point in this game where screws become gold. So I would just recommend grabbing them whenever you see them. That'll drop us down, but that will break our legs. This will also break our legs if we drop. Okay. Believe it or not, I like having functioning legs. But we can just plop ourselves back in the hallway. Right, so I think what we do first is we take down the bot, because, again, we just always need more CPUs. 3 Mugnades, that is really, really nice. You get up, little one. He drops his CPU, so you don't have to disassemble them once they're up. But the robot oil and the scrap are always nice. Alright, so we've done that. Can we open this? My leg. 2 clearance, we can open that. Sweet. So that's a couple of little shortcuts. This is where we came in. We've got a tram station straight ahead. Did I hear somebody say hello? Was that the... I think that was the TV. Fair enough. But yeah, we'll keep grabbing up supplies. We've already opened this. It needs class 3 clearance, but we've already unlocked it. And that is a really nice little spot down there for more farming experience and some extra resources. Email terminal, let's have a look. That's unbelievable. Tried to handle this, but I wanted to send a note to everyone working with IS-0093, but you know the problem. It's impossible to talk about it. Research is getting impossible. We've established protocols, so long as no one's informed they're safe, let alone vaccinated people. Rayjack knew what he was doing, be patient, maybe slow. What thing? I assume they're talking about the Layak. That's a rock that doesn't seem to know anything. Dr. Jagger. An inquiry about Dr. Jagger's project. Seems to have access to some rather exotic equipment even by Gates standards. I wonder if Jagger was the mole. Yeah, you can hear all the creatures down there. They're like purple peccaries and special carbuncles and things. So they don't do anything particularly incredible, but they will be very useful to us later. Right, so we've done everything we can on this floor. So we actually want to head upstairs a level. we'll do a quick look around at some of the immurement specimens, just because it's fun. So here we've got nothing. We love a bit of nothing. We also have nothing. This one is hilarious.
Interesting.
This is, I think it's IS 1073 or 1037. And that is yellow paint. So it's yellow paint that guides people to appropriate, like, important locations. And they just made it like a reference in the game, which I think is just marvelous. They were like, yeah, that's actually like an anomalous item, anomalous entity. We'll put the rat suit back on. Those guys suck, so I'm not going to go fight them just yet. But we've opened that gate, which is one thing that we needed to do. Well, I've got the hiccups tonight. Right, so that's been opened. We've got a few armory crates. They're really heavy, but I just like the look of them. This is another decent little base spot within labs. Because it's relatively well protected. You've got plenty of space to build. And the only way that anything can come through to this side is through that bridge. So you could set up a defensive perimeter up here. And I mean, even further to that, the only way they can get in here is through these stairs. So you could have maybe like a Tesla trap or something here. And that guy wouldn't be a problem anymore. Yeah, just stuff to think about. Right. I'm just going to switch over to... We'll stick to the crossbow, but we'll use the hammer, because Exors are weaker to blunt damage than they are sharp. Don't know how we missed him. Probably just because I'm stupid. BA fires these little bolts and they're horrible. They do a lot of damage. Ow! And he does like a massive combo. Oh, yeah, these ones are tough. But he drops quills. Pick up his arm. We can use that to make some paint. We could also use that to make a really good stew, but I don't really fancy carrying that everywhere. That has just opened that Dirac containment lock there. So we will be using that once we've got our hacker upgraded. We're a little bit away from that still, but we'll get there. Right, so we could go that way. We're actually going to go all the way up to the top because there's not really anything on this level. We will be routing through the adjustment wing, but I just want to have a look at what's through the doors here. It's always fun to fill up your log. We've got a time break, so that thing slows time around it, which is weird. We've got nothing. I don't know what that is. The thing. Usually once you just examine them, you get the entry logs, and that does a decent job of letting you know what a thing is. I might have to go and put the light on, actually. Painting of a dog. Nothing. This one makes me sad. So that's a composer. The giant's from Flat Hill, but they've chopped his shoulders off and he can no longer talk to his friends. What is interesting though is the room is filled with fog. Ooh. Oh, let's go and put the light on. Oh, my model's buzzing out. Oops. Sorry about the cut there, just had to get the lighting corrected in the office just so that so my camera will work properly. Ooh, forgive the ult. Oh, excuse me. And what do we have here? We have unsafe, designation pending. Nothing. Oh, yeah. Socket, that's cool. Nothing. Ah. I don't know about you guys, but I fucking hate that table. I'm still milling about moving box. Is there anything that I've got that I can dump in you just to get it out of my pockets? Not an awful lot I'm willing to part with right now. Don't need to be carrying the extra iodine, I guess. Thank you, little dude. I know some people really hate the moving box, but I don't know, he's just chill. He's annoying if you use a lot of like placed items, like dropped items to decorate your base, because he picks up loose stuff. But he can be very handy. Space lettuce. We'll come back for that later. And there's not really anything we can do on the top floor, because I'm pretty sure we will get shot to death if we go there. And then we've got a few little spots up there as well. There's a door that lets you respec. So you know what, we'll pop up. There's no point in me going that side because we'll just get shot to death, but we'll move over this way. This is all cool, but I'm pretty sure, yep, we need class 3 clearance to get in there. Over this side, we have got nothing.
Do I know you?
Hello, Dr. Houston.
My name's Siobhan. Dr. Siobhan Houston. I'm a materials chemist. I remember Tori, the transfer. Then what happened?
So what she did is she went through this door. Walk through that door and you respec your character. All your skills are reset, but you're able to change your traits and job. You can change which skills you get like bonus XP in. So if you're really finding that you're regretting your character choices, you do have that option to reset. Obviously that does mean you've got to rebuild all your skills, and for us, we're not super far in, but we are far enough that it would be mildly annoying to have to redo some of these. So just good character design choices at the start of the game will save you a lot of headaches, but it is just not the end of the world if you find actually you've taken some perks and they are frustrating you more than they should. Alright, we're actually getting a little bit tired, but this is why we bring a cot. Let's have a little sleep. So yeah, not super heavy. It's considered a tolerable place to sleep.
Say, how about a few brewskis after work?
We'll look after you. So we got, what have we got? Lots of dead folks, lots of doors we can't open. Like, there's clearly stuff in there we just can't get to right this second. We are going to sneak for a moment because we do have one of the green dudes up here. Playing on a server, he might have some friends, and that does make him exceptionally dangerous. I think I got hit by every single dart there. That's not good. Come on, glue your anus together, sir. Okay, he's clipping the warp fence, actually. That's not bad. And these ones, the big thing about them is they don't teleport, but they do tend to sidestep a lot, and they strafe too. Come on, get some healing in you, get some healing in you. And he bled out. Fantastic. Yeah, they're not the worst, but they are just... They take a lot of effort to take down compared to some other enemies, which is fair enough. Can I feed you just like a raw heart? What happens if I do that? No, you just eat it. Fair enough. We'll take the quills, though, because acid rounds are lovely. Yeah, well, if they broke the computers, I'll take the bits. Right. What have we got in the old email logs? More 091 material. Marta, I'm doing some work on high-energy EM emitters freight. Can I need more of that material produced by 091? Do you have a supply? Maybe a delay on that, Varsha. 091 produces the essence you're describing when you bombard it with X-rays while it's roaming. Unfortunately, it tends to disappear shortly afterwards. As you can imagine, this creates containment problems. We can either coax it to produce, or keep it contained. We haven't figured out a way to do both. So that is the Layak. New seeds. Rue just got handed an R3 for something called Gribe seeds. You know anything about this? Yeah, looks like they've got hyper-autonomic good properties. Tom Nance should be the best one to investigate. Where are they coming from? The flesh dimension. That's what they're calling it. Oh, we love the flesh dimension. Where is IS0010? Check the shard out. Dr. Helen took it to cold storage. The arguments around immune designations are getting totally out of hand with constant mix-ups between IC and IS. So they've made a decision with the approval of Keystone. All subjects are now to be referred to as immurement subjects, IS, in all scenarios. Please make sure you update all internal documentation. We've also sent around a memo to the other relevant facilities, including Leaf and Haunch. The painters are relabeling the affected cells on Monday. That's your prerogative. Hopefully this won't cause any of our research to get lost in the shuffle. So I assume that it was just going from like immurement candidates or something to immurement subjects, just because they wanted uniformity in their literature. I could hear him making those horrible piggy noises up there. Right, you come down and fight me, sir, because I'm not going through there. I don't think anything can kill the moving box. I'm pretty sure it's invincible.
Have an efficient and effective day.
Is he just going back to patrol after getting distracted? He did. Is he then going to go and fight the box again? No, he's coming for us. He's coming right for us. You can clip them through the doors if the head pops through, which I think is a little bit unfortunate. But he's down. Right, so let's start poking around the labs proper. Ooh. Oh god, there's another one. I'm actually tempted to just bomb him. Oh god, I love it every time. The way they just absolutely launch. Yes, refined carbon. my baby. You need it for so many things. And it's a little bit of a pain to acquire lots of. Those are the horns off the composer. They did the surgery on this. That feels like a very small unit to mutilate that big boy on.
Dr.
Mr. Mance.
IS-064, or The Composer, a piece of reluctant poetry from yours truly, displays a high degree of synchronized behavior. Dr. Pendleton speculates they are interconnected in some fashion. A hive mind, perhaps? Interestingly, these synchronized behaviors vanish when the large protrusions are separated from what you would call its shoulders. They also cannot rule out the mist as some kind of transference medium.
That's the nice way of saying we chopped its friggin' shoulders off, and now it's sad. And I get it, they're big horrible monsters that want to eat us, but I don't know, I just feel bad for them. That's a peccary sow. I would like to dismantle it, but not in a great position to do that right this second.
Dr. Mance, Cascade Facility. 091 is contained, at last. As long as we project a strong X-ray beam and it remains steady, it seems to be no risk to anyone. Dr. Stern can sleep easy, but we do fear it may switch to another vehicle before long. The team have started referring to it as the Layak, its local name. Even Anderson, it seems. I suppose Cascade is its home now.
That's the creature that follows us around that we've got to stare at. She's not pleasant, but she's not really a threat. Another nice little spot if you wanted a temporary place to sort of hole up. Draw through those windows, which is quite nice. Right, can't get through there. So that means we've got to go. Yeah, we've got to find a way past the soldiers. Although his mates clearly did not give a shit. Bang! God, I love heavy weapons. Like, if a game offers me heavy weapons, I will probably take them because they are just fun. I have never... Well, I've played a couple of games actually where heavy weapons are kind of now. Surprisingly, I really didn't enjoy them in... Well, they were not great in Skyrim. But the fact that they actually had, like, a lower damage potential than just one-handeds was really disappointing. Oh, we got another fella here. Oh, he's a regular dude, he's just wearing a hat.
Hostile.
God, we're overweight. Sure, I don't have to worry about you if you've been exploded. But yeah, heavy weapons just feel really, really good in Abiotic. In fact, I just really like them. Yeah, they take a second to swing. But they're just so much fun. I've got a breacher over there. The further we can go without interacting with them, the better. This room usually has a bot in it. Yeah, it does. He's got one over there. wonder if we can activate it and just bail. And just let them all fight between themselves. Because sometimes that's the right thing to do. Hello, Spud. I think this bot was aggroed on Spud and came over here when he teleported to me. He's fighting a good fight, Jesus. Gotta be careful with these guys. Don't you do it.
Submit for containment.
We are not doing any damage to this guy. It's kind of funny though with the crowbar just like launching behind. No, we've been picked up. God damn it. So if he picks you up, he breaks your leg. And he will try and put you in prison. Yeah, dick. So yeah, we're currently imprisoned in a cell. He's now off fighting other things. Let him crack on. They'll either kill him or they'll kill him. How did you get in here, sir? You're like the last person I want in here. Unless... Oh, the bot picked him up and put him in prison with me. I mean, that's kind of hilarious, actually. That's one hell of a drop. So that's our only way out, so... Allons-y. Okay, there's something wrong with those textures, clearly. Oh, that pops out there. Okay. Oh, I need you! These guys don't always spawn out. Right, I don't want to pick up his mushrooms. Was hoping for a different drop out of him, but... yeah, beggars can't be choosers. Right, bat that in the face. And this is why we brought some of the materials that we did with us. So here we've got a carbon trade. So what I can do here is I can drop my silver in there, convert it into refined carbon. I can hear the layak. I don't know where it is. Something like that, don't I? Assume she's down there somewhere. I mean, she might be upstairs. Lord knows. All I know is I can hear her and she's quite loud. I think she's up there and I think she can't get to us at the minute. At least that's the hope. So if that's the case, let's grab these, because she's not going to do anything to us if she's up there. God, I hate breaking the desks. I need to use slightly different weapons to knock those apart, but... there you are. You horrid creature. Come on, get out of here. Good girl. Right, so how do I get back up to there? Oh, you can just go down and round because we've cleared this area now. And just open up a couple of these doors too.
A sip of water would suffice.
I know, buddy. We'll get you some water soon. Right, so there are more of those trading things, and that is why I've brought all the antiverse wheat that I did. Oh, you were hidden around that corner this time, you little tiny little dingus. This is a pretty cool spot. You can get some bees there. This is where we killed those soldiers. And that's where we snuck through. So the bot should still be fairly damaged as well, actually, if we can get round to it. And that'll be another broken CPU, which is pretty cool. Let's squeak on through. Because then we've got some more stuff we can trade for up here. Well, since he's beaten everything to death, let's just blow him up. Because he's gone and fought everything that was up here, so that saved us getting up here and fighting them. Again, use your environment. Use your little noodle. And if you know some things are going to fight each other, you can let them.
Dr. Derek Mance. Now that IS-107 is on its way safely, for a time, towards interstellar space, I find myself taking a step back. In moments like this, one sees with shocking clarity how fantastical so much of our work and research here really is. If we weren't established and, by and large, esteemed scientists with decades of experience and education behind us, this place would sound nothing less than insane.
Damn right, Doctor. This is why I brought the antiverse wheat, because we can just convert that into antiverse gems. So these are another big component. We need those for the quantum glass. So that will let us get our next tool. Couple them with the carbon that we've got. We can use that to make Bunsen burners. That's the holding cell that the bot put us in. We didn't actually make our way over here. We just got kind of over here, which is pretty funny. Yeah. Oh, I'm gonna want that. What have I got that I can dump? 2 wood. That is a gribe seed. We will want that because we will want to farm gribes. I've heard people call them gryebs, but it's an I. I mean, as far as I'm concerned, it's a gribe. Bleh. That's just some loot. That sounds like soldiers up here. But again, we just want to grab as much stuff as we can before we head home. Because if you saw as well, we can make the personal teleporter, and that's going to make the game a lot faster. What are you a bloop for?
Unbelievable.
Oh, that is the research pack. Hell yeah. I'm glad we came up this way, because I was...
There are deserts
not
more
here
hydrated than
very
I am.
often. Dr. Mance, we're going to need to get something to drink soon.
Cascade. Report on the escape of IS-012. It seems 012 talked one of the new security staff into letting it out of high containment. Exactly how it did this is unclear. We found it, the creature, eating in the break room an hour later. What point it was trying to make is equally uncertain. This cannot be allowed to happen again.
Hello.
We were on the cusp of understanding it. So much knowledge lost.
Understanding what, love?
The Exor have secrets. Things we can barely even guess at.
Okay. Well, I will loot your office a little bit and let you get back to surviving. I do really like the variety of the scientists as well. Like, they just have a few folks like hold up and it's like, it's a full crew. I think that's what I like about it. It's not like it's just, oh, here's like 3 people. I could drop down. I'm going to keep an eye open for how far off we... So we're not dying of thirst, but we're close. We should probably think about making a trek around somewhere. Oh, we cleared this room. Yeah. So if we poke around this side, I think. Yeah, some soldiers in there. Laser lab is there. That's for liquid crystal, so you pop antiverse gems in that and get liquid crystal out. Class 2 clearance, let's pop this bad boy. That is also class 2 clearance, heck yes. And that should give us a shortcut back round to the atrium. Because this is where the route that points up and says 2 labs goes. Yeah, you can see. So I'm going to scoot us back to base. I'm going to look after my boys' needs. And we will get that new hacker built. Maybe an extra couple of bits of kit as well. Because I think we're due a couple of... So I will bring you back once I've got that sorted. And just like that, we are looking a little bit more healthy. I mean, we'll probably need to go to the bathroom, but that's fine. So we've done a couple of bits there. So we will first take our personal teleporter. So that is using a memory brick. Let's just search this up just so you can see the recipe. Personal teleporter. Exor heart, keyboard, phone, and a memory brick. So easy-ish. A little bit more of a pain in the backside. Once you've got it made, get it charged up and sync it with your home crafting bench. If you rename your crafting bench at all, or if you pick it up or have to place it, you will need to resync it. But what that means we can do is we can now teleport back to base, which is phenomenal. That is going to save so much time when it comes to gathering resources. We do have our crystalline vials, so that is going to recharge as we go. I do want to, as well at this point, upgrade our pistol, so we can go from, what is that, 26 damage to a 30 damage. Reduced recoil pistol. So it's got a built-in flashlight. Can be used with shields, and has a slightly bigger magazine capacity, and it's just a better weapon. So that's going to be very helpful for us in the next part of the game. I do now need to poo. Fair enough. I was having a quick look, and we can now, well, we can build a power chair, which I think would be hilarious to have built. We'll see, because when you're riding vehicles, you're not building experience. And we did unlock both the Electropest and the Rat Pest, who steals items from enemies, which I think is hilarious. So that might be something we get, because he just looks stupid as hell with his little backpack and his little mask. We'll think about it. We're getting close to getting access to some more of these materials, and I think we are actually in a good place to wrap up this particular session. I've done a terrible job of watching the time. So if this one runs a bit longer, it runs a bit longer. But I will love yous and leave yous. We will come back together for another session in the lab. Yeah. So I hope you've enjoyed it. If you did enjoy the episode, please like, subscribe, drop a comment. If there's anything that you want to check out, anything that you think I've missed, or anything that we need to look at, please let me know. And yeah, just thank you. I'll catch you next time. Bye.